Hey guys, welcome to part 2, week 2. Before we get started, I just want to make sure that you can hear me okay. Can you just raise your hands? Just click on raising your hand so I can confirm that you can hear me okay. And as I can see your hands raising, I'm actually going to take John off mute now. Hey John, how you going?
Very well, Jason. How are you?
I'm awesome. So just a quick intro and then I'll pass the guys over to you. So thanks again everyone that's joined us. We've got 15 of the guys with us today. That's fantastic. A little bit less than last week. Hopefully I can see more of you guys and your team joining us over the next few weeks. Before we get started, and we talk about the importance of setting up a monthly event and how to do that, I just want to, if you are listening to this and it's a recording, or whether you're listening to me right now, by now you should have already gone through and set up your Google contact list and put all your prospects in there, or your own personal training clients, and filled that list up. And then you should have also gone through all of your with all your PT clients, sat down and gone through a nutrition assessment process, or the NATAS process as I like to call it, and gone through that and picked up at least 5 customers. So last week we did go through how to set up your Google contact list, how to use the nutrition assessment process effectively, and also use that to ensure they're getting 5 customers a week. I know some people set a target of 5 customers a month. Those that know me know I'm a little bit more ambitious than that, and I see no reason why any of you cannot get 5 customers every single week. So if you please haven't yet done that, please ensure that today you send your Google contact list. You send your Google contact list to your upline or your team. Even post it in the thread. And also the nutrition assessment process forms. If you have any questions with that process, please let us know as well. So let's move forward. So what we're going to talk about today is we've got a lot to go through over the next an hour, probably take about 50 minutes. Okay, and what we're going to go through today is a couple of things. We're going to talk about firstly the importance of, besides the nutrition assessment process and the Google contact list, I believe the most important element to growing your Juice Plus business from a marketing point of view is your monthly event. Those that know me know that I have the luxury and the opportunity to have a pretty massive database online. We've got about 250,000 people across the board that follow us online one way or the other. Now most people obviously don't have that opportunity. So for most people that have a personal training business, like all you guys that are listening, the most critical component, I believe, to your success in your continual growth in your business will be your monthly event. And if you're not yet doing a monthly event every single month, you're really missing out on an opportunity to make some good money in your Juice Plus business. Okay, so what we're going to talk about today is we're going to really break it down for you today. So John in a moment is going to go through exactly where to find all the tools you need to create your Juice Plus event itself, so your PowerPoints and the structure and how to deliver it. Okay, and he's also going to show you how he's set up a really incredible tool for us to grow our community together and work together as a calendar. So we can all access a calendar of events. So if we actually have customers or franchisees in other areas around the country, or perhaps in the near future internationally, then we can funnel them into other events. So the whole idea to an event is, I use the example, I was involved with a direct marketing company about 10 years ago, and obviously I won't mention the name, and it didn't pan out because I'm not with them anymore, obviously. But anyway, I was with them for about a year. When I first went to one of their live meetings in Perth, it was their first one ever in Perth, there was less than a dozen people there. I wasn't really impressed by that, but what I was impressed by is the fact that what they did is they did it the best of their ability to make sure that they did everything they could to change the lives and inspire other people that were there. I decided to sign up because their whole focus was, creating that dream life, and I've always been attracted to that. And so I decided to be a part of their community, and I went to their monthly event every month. Now, their first one, I'm pretty sure it was 11 or 12. It was less than a dozen, the first one, including myself. And every month I went for 12 months, and by the 12th month, just after 12 months, they had over 100 people every month to that live event. to give you an idea of the growth. Because we know that if only even if 5 people rock up to your first event, even if it's at your home, which is actually not a bad thing. It's nice and cozy. You can put on some food and drinks. Even if it's at your home, you get 5 people, you rock their world. You have a guest speaker. You give it a focal point. How to lose weight or alkalize and energize, and you rock the world and give everything you can to inspire them to want to change their lives especially through nutrition. If you do that, guess what? They'll come back the next month and they'll each bring a friend. There's 10 people. They'll come back next month and they'll each bring a friend, and 20 people. So the whole idea is you can create an event that's slightly different. Okay, so John's going to go through that with you. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk to you about the NLP strategies I like to use to close the event, how you're going to upsell your product, and also a cheeky way to upsell the business opportunity. We're going to talk about that. And then finally, I'm also going to talk to you about how to go through and use a 3-week marketing campaign that I've had the opportunity to refine over the last 4.5 years. And the last 2-3 weeks I've implemented a new strategy, very, very simple though. And our people that are doing this, the guys that are doing this in the coaching program, are registering 50 to 100 minimum every single event. So how would you like to register 50 to 100 people minimum for your event? Stick to the stuff that we go through today and you will be that successful. Okay, so without further ado, I'm going to hand you over to John Pilato. Hey John, are you there?
Yes, I am.
Awesome. I'm just going to hand the controls over to you. I'm just going to make you a presenter and hand it over to you to go through the structure and the delivery. Make John on. Okay, so John, you should be able to share your screen now.
Jason, if you can let me know that you can see the screen, Jason. Is it up at your end?
Yes, I can see it. Thanks,
Okay.
John.
Excellent, excellent. Guys, before I start just taking you around the areas that you need to know to access the information, I just want to spend a minute or two talking about why the events are so powerful. If we go back to last week, the work that we did with the contact list and building customers, hopefully you'll remember that one of our most basic targets in our Juice Plus business is becoming what they call a qualified business. And that's the company wants every franchisee to establish a customer base of just 40 Juice Plus customers. So that should be one of the primary goals that we have early on in our business. The reason for that is a good one. It actually opens up another bonus that the company will pay you once you have that in place, and we'll be talking about that in another session. But if we have a look at our contact list and we have a look at why we would use an event, we all understand that we get exposure to a certain number or a finite number of people on a daily basis to expose Juice Plus to. So if we have a contact list of 150 and we share Juice Plus with, say, 5 people a day, obviously we're going to need 30 days to get through that list, and that's 30 working days. So we're talking around about 6 weeks. But what an event allows us to do is to actually speed that process up. Obviously, we can invite as many people as we possibly can to an event. We can also increase our reach and our database with a live event where we're adding value to people free of charge in the marketplace, because we can also have our clients and people that we know that are turning up invite friends and family. And by doing that, guys, we actually we save a lot of time, we create a lot of efficiency. We've had an event just recently with one of the fitness studios, and I'll just bring an image up here. This is listed in the Juice Plus site, so you can have a look. But here's a typical example of what happens, in studio with a fitness business. We had over 60 people attend at this particular event. We were just at the back of the room sort of watching what's going on and making sure that we were there to support them. And we had a very, very good uptake, guys. There was around about almost 40 orders came in on this day after a 1-hour presentation. So, you can see there that the 40 orders out of an audience of 60, they basically built their qualified business out of a single event. So there's power in doing the events. Now, one of the other things I just wanted to touch on quickly, obviously, guys, the events that you're doing where you're adding value to people in the marketplace, in this case you're doing it nutritional, you're adding value to them on diet, information, ask your client base if you want, if you had people bring level, you know, establishing report to realise if you're actually using these client base. Now, you'll get people to come along to a nutrition talk that may not come along to a PT session. Maybe they're too shy, they haven't been to one before, but they do want information on their diet. Now, once they get comfortable with you, they meet you in that environment, we have a lot of PTs that build their client base very strongly through these events. So just wanted to touch base on that. If we go into our Team JP Uni, I'll start showing you now where you can access the material. The way the presentations are typically done, guys, in most cases the PTs will use one of the PowerPoint presentations that's available to them to download. Now you can either use that presentation stock standard as it is, or we also encourage the PTs, encourage you guys to maybe download a few of the presentations and pick out parts that you were excited about talking about. We know that the most powerful presentations are the ones that you're the most fired up about. So we certainly encourage you to mix and match, come up with a talk that you really, really enjoy giving, and we know that the message will get across very strongly if you do that. If you log into your Team JP University, you'll find the downloads area on the left-hand side. So just scrolling down underneath this big main scrolling image, on the left-hand side we have the downloads area. And at the very bottom of that downloads area, the last section is PowerPoint presentations and videos. And if you click in that area, you'll see that there's a number of presentations here that you can select from. Now, the basic wellness presentation is the one that I would suggest that you start with, either basic wellness or the basic essential nutrition presentation. There are a number of others. I'm not going to go into those, guys, but I do suggest that you actually have a look at what you have here. Again, you can mix and match, and you can put together a presentation that you feel is most appropriate to your particular demographic. For example, you might be dealing with endurance athletes or athletes, in which case the performance needs protection PowerPoint would be a very good one for you to access and do. So that's where you actually get your PowerPoint presentations from. The next thing that you're going to need, guys, obviously, if you're going to use a PowerPoint presentation, you can't have 40 or 50 people sitting around your laptop setup. Okay, and you'll need to plug your laptop into that projector, and you'll need to project up onto a wall in the studio. We've done many where we haven't had a screen. We've just hung up a bed sheet, just a white bed sheet, something to project onto, guys, so that people can see the presentation. Now, if you've got a pen and paper, there is a website, graysonline.com. Now, this is it's a company that buys out computer gear here, very talent. When we're setting up the room, I'm going to get the image on Facebook from the last one that we did. You'll see it once it comes up. And a whole food and nutrition talk here. It's not just to talk about Juice Plus, guys. That's what's really important to understand. We do a talk on nutrition, good nutrition, what they need to be doing, the power of fruits and veggies, why they're important, and obviously that we know that they're struggling to get the right amount. So Juice Plus is a great solution. We always say, if possible, and if you have the facilities and the time, it's a great idea to mix up and just complete and just hand out cups of the Juice Plus to everybody. Again, they bags, and you can put some Juice Plus soft chews in them and hand them to everyone as well. Obviously, that's a great way to do things. So going to Altoona University, we've covered off where you can access the PowerPoint presentations. Another area that I'd like to go through with you is our marketing tools menu. As a part of your presentation, obviously if you're connected up to your laptop through a projector and you are also connected to the internet, you can incorporate great video. Number of videos, market tools menu, for sharing with customers, and all of these things here, guys. These videos, different lengths. A full 40-minute health and nutrition webinar. And again, guys, I would suggest that you maybe make some time to have a look at what you have available here. If you choose not to actually use the longer webinars in entirety, you will certainly learn a lot by watching them. So it's a great idea. Down here we have some very short videos. Emma Buckley is a TV presenter and nutritionist in the UK. We've been fortunate enough to secure some short promotional videos from her, and they cover the different aspects. So we've got one on the science, one on why using Juice Plus to bridge the gap is a sensible idea, one on the children's health study, and one on the Juice Plus complete. So again, guys, these only go for about 2 or 3 minutes. They're very polished, very well presented, and obviously put together very professionally. So a great idea just to with a 2 or 3 minute video as well. One of the other things, guys, that you should always have with you when you're doing a live presentation is the research pack. Now that's you can order that, from head office. It's $33 for the entire pack of research. You'll get about 19 or 20 of the clinical gold standard research publications in that pack. And very powerful, guys, because you will get people that will connect to the fact that we're the only company that has anything like this sort of research, and you can just fan those research studies out on the table, and obviously allow your clients to come up to the table, pick them up, have a look through them, and connect with the research in that way. It's very powerful. We always suggest that you have your order forms available with you. We usually have those stacked on a small table at the back of the room. We like to keep people focused on the actual talk, so the less things that we can have them looking at and reading during our presentation, the better. But we want to make sure that we can facilitate the order process at the end of the presentation. And I know Jason's going to be covering closing at your presentation using the Juice Plus Effect program, which we do very, very well, and we're excited about that. So have your order forms available at the back of the room, your products on display, the research pack on display. If you can make up your Juice Plus complete, I'll have a look at what your product. You know now that you get the PowerPoint presentation, and obviously guys, just make sure you bring that as fast as possible, and also bring in external people that you wouldn't otherwise have reached with by asking people to invite their friends. Again, that's going to also help you to build your client base and obviously get your qualified business in place as quick as possible. So in terms of tools on Team JP University, that's really all I wanted to cover. I will take you up to the event schedule now that we have on Google. Just like your contact list, guys, we also have live documents which are our event schedules. And the intention of these is obviously as your Juice Plus team grows, if you're going to do an event, you want to make sure that each of your franchisees is also plugging people from their contact list into your event. That way you're not only driving your own customer base, but you're now leveraging and you're also growing the customer base of your downline team faster. So you get great leverage growth. And certainly not fun building in a community environment. see here is an example. This is our Victorian Youth event schedule so far. With the great thing growing down there. And you can see that, by Peter and Jill, the leaders down there, have all of their events listed for June in advance. And this is excellent, guys, because again, all you need to do is provide the link to your local area schedule to your team and make sure that you enter your events into this schedule, and your team will always know in advance where you're doing an event and when. And they can obviously get themselves organised to make sure that they're getting their contacts there as well. Jason, I think that's all that you wanted me to cover today. I'm not sure. If there's anything else, mate, you can just let me know, but that's all I had in mind to cover.
Awesome. Thanks very much for that, John. Hey, guys, I understand that it cut it in and out a bit then, but I do have a recording of this training, a 30-minute video, which I'll be sending each of you guys later on today as well, which you'll be able to access. So again, I do apologise. It seems that it was cutting in and out a bit. I'm not sure if it is for myself as well. But again, I do have a clear-cut recording that we can all listen to, and I'll send that to you later on today. But please stay in today, because today is a lot more specific, and the stuff I'm going through now is a lot more updated. So thanks again for that, John. If anyone has any questions, please post them in the JG's Juice Plus thread for John in regards to the calendar. But John, can you please post a link and details for the calendar in my Juice Plus thread, please, in JG's Juice Plus thread?
Sure, I'll actually post, because obviously, Jason, we have these for around the country in every state, so I'll post the links to each state for you in that thread.
Yep, beautiful. Awesome. Thanks so much, John, if you can do that. And thanks again. Okay. Okay, can you just confirm you can see my screen, please, John? John?
You've actually dropped.
Can you see my screen?
I can now, yes.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks for that, John. I'm going to put you back on mute. Okay, so again, just to recap on that, John's just gone through with you guys on how to find the tools that you need to create the structure of your Juice Plus event. If you guys have any questions to more specifically the structure, maybe grab a pen and paper, because I'm going to suggest a few things to you that might make it a little bit easier. On the Team JP University, there's a couple of specific videos that I found work really well. The biggest challenge normally when you do a live presentation is people have questions, and you want to paste those questions. So, you know, when you go to a seminar or a course, or when you come to this webinar, you know, you've got certain questions, and if we can answer them, you're going to feel like, you know, they get me, he gets me, or she gets me. Or so the two key components to that are credibility, familiarity, and the third one, in fact, is likability as well. So there's a quick Bear Grylls video, which I think is about 2 minutes. Most people know who Bear Grylls is, right? You know, the crazy guy that eats just about anything. And he's been a Juice Plus advocate for almost 20 years, or so for a long time. But there's a quick video in there. I actually like to, before I even start the event, play that quick video, because instantly, if there's anybody in your event that you've never met before, if there's some familiarity there. And of course, I do like the Emma Buckley video in there as well, because if you don't manage to get a guest speaker, for all the guys that are enrolled in the coaching program, what we normally do is we set up an event, and we do the marketing campaign. And what we normally do is, where possible, always get a new guest speaker. If you don't yet have an affiliate with a nutritionist or dietitian or naturopath or someone, you know, get a few of them, get them coming along. Get a fellow PT along. Get somebody along as a guest speaker. If you can get somebody like, well, Bo Zorko is a perfect candidate. His brother plays for the Brisbane Lions, AFL. What a brilliant guest speaker. Okay, so do you know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that can, you know, bring somebody along that might even be a celebrity or well-known? But if you can get that credibility from somebody else and you get the familiarity, it will definitely help to start. So my suggestion would be, structurally, is to make the event for an hour. Okay, at the beginning of the event, what you want to do is you really want to have a helper. You need at least one person there to help you out. It's not something that you want to do on your own. Okay, So if you guys have personal trainers, you definitely want your personal trainers there, okay, so they can help you out. So on arrival, people should be arriving obviously 15 minutes early. It's at 7 o'clock. They arrive at 6:45. Okay, you want to make sure that they're filling out the nutrition assessment form, because we're going to use that for the close. Now, in the Quantum Fitness, in the Quantum Mastermind group here, which most of you guys already member, if not, request to join, and I'll add you. Even if you're not actually a business coaching client of ours, I'm happy to do that for you, Juice Plus guys. Okay, so I've actually posted here, if you post down, a Juice Plus event checklist for you guys to go back on and have a look. So on arrival, you really want people, you want your helper there, making sure that they sign in. You have a sign-in sheet to capture everyone's name, number, and email. Again, I've got some, there's actually in the files section here of this group, you'll actually find one of those. You can just tweak it for your own business. They all sign in, and on arrival, you can do it one of two ways. The helper gives that person a nutrition assessment form, or you can have them sitting on the seats. One, that keeps them busy and engaged while you're waiting to start, and two, we're going to use that as a part of the close to sell at the end. Essentially, what we're going to do is the same way you use a nutrition assessment process form to sell with one-on-one, we're going to do it in a group, and I'm going to share that with you shortly. Okay, so you want to have a helper, and obviously you want to have all your forms, as John said. You need your direct debit, your direct credit, your child health study, your new customer, and your new distributor forms. Make sure you've got all those. And you can find all of those on your virtual office. Again, like anything, any questions, please just post in that group, and we'll help you find whatever you're looking for. I'll talk to your team leader as well. Okay, so then what you want to do is obviously start on time. I strongly suggest and recommend you have somebody introduce you. It just adds to the suspense and it adds to the credibility. And most of you guys have been to one of my live events, and it definitely makes a huge difference. You know, normally I'd get somebody to introduce me, and they've got to make heaps of screaming and yelling and clapping when I come out. If it's 5 people, it's going to be a bit more casual than that. You know, you can keep it a little bit more casual. Maybe you get the helper or the personal trainer, one of your personal trainers to introduce you. If not, that's fine. But then we want to start. The first thing you want to do is obviously welcome people. So the first point is to welcome people, and I would suggest straight away playing the Bear Grylls video. Then obviously you've got your PowerPoint, the PowerPoint you choose. If you want John or I or your team leader to look over any of the PowerPoints you put together, let us know, and you know, we can give you some feedback on those. And your product, your main meat of your seminar, you want it to go for a good 20 to 30 minutes, say 20 minutes and plus 10 minutes from your guest speaker. And it's really important that I believe, if you want to mix it up, add something generic in there about nutrition. So it might be if you have a topic, you know, like how to lose 10 kilos in 10 weeks and you tie in Juice Plus, or how to alkalize and energize, or detox is huge right now. You know, you can incorporate that kind of thing. So you have the product's delivery for 20 to 30 minutes, including the guest speaker. Be sure in there that you also play one of the Emma Buckley videos. That way you've got a qualified nutritionist backing up the claims of Juice Plus. If you have a guest speaker that's a nutritionist, or a guest speaker, plus you've got you, and you've got Bear Grylls, and you've got Emma Buckley, a qualified nutritionist, well-known worldwide, you know, that's pretty awesome credibility. So once you go through that, that will take a good 30 up to 40 minutes. So you'll probably be 40 minutes into your seminar. Okay, and now let's talk a little bit about the close. Now again, I'll put the checklist in here for the close. Now what I'm going to suggest is I'm going to share with you exactly how I like to do it. I'm going to strongly suggest that you stick to this for great results. Those of you who saw me present live also saw how well we closed, right? Our conversion rate was pretty good. Getting people to raise their hands and sign up at the end was pretty good. And this is how I like to do it. First of all, I think it's really important that you have a prize draw. Okay, because you're going to, rather than sitting there at the end and it all going awkward and go, oh, I'm going to sell you Juice Plus, if you give whatever you're selling, if you give it one away for free, it makes people want it, and it makes it easier for you to transition from talking about the product to selling it. And I'll give you an example. So you've delivered about the product, you've talked about Juice Plus, okay, as soon as you're ready, you've talked all you need to about the product. Everyone see here, we're going to use the nutrition assessment strategy. So all we're going to do is you're going to say this. Who here has their nutrition assessment forms? Who filled in the nutrition assessment form? Just everybody grab it and raise it in the air. Get them engaged. Get them to raise their nutrition assessment in the form and wave it around. That's it. Wave it at me. You know, create a bit of fun, silliness, whatever. You need to keep that mood, that fun and engagement throughout the sales process. Okay, so it's really important. Some people might not have filled it out, so it's really important that your helper make sure that they know it's critical that they fill it out. You want everyone filling that out. Okay, some people might go, I didn't fill it out. You know, everyone raise it in their hand. Who got that? Yeah, raise it in their hand. Yeah. Okay, I just want to bring your attention to 2 questions on there. Everybody turn the page and look at question 18 and 19 on there. So this is we get them engaged. Okay, so what you can see here, we ask them 3 questions. So everyone hold the nadas in the air. We get them to look at 18 and 19, and we ask them 3 questions and get them to answer back. First of all, as you look at question 18 and 19, who here thinks that they eat enough fruit and veg? Okay, so that's question 1. I have these questions prepared too. Question 2 might be, how many vegetables do you believe, I like to focus on veggies because most people don't get up, how many vegetables do you believe you need to eat to consume a sufficient amount of micronutrients and phytonutrients? People will look at the question 19 and see that it says +7, and they'll probably go 7 or more. You'll be right, exactly. At least 7 to 9 every single day. That's over 60. Well, let me count that. 6, 9, 57, 70. That's over 60. I'm a personal trainer. 60 serves, that's cups of vegetables a week. Now, hands up, keep your hands in the air, who does that? And watch everyone's hands drop. Then ask them questions. Why do you think it's important? Get them telling you. Why do you think it's important to have your vegetables? Yes, that's right. Why do you think it's important? What are you missing out on? Exactly. Okay, and we're going to feed that back to them. So you want 3 or 4 questions where they tell you why they need more fruit and veg, and they admit that they're not getting enough, and you expose the risks. Exactly. By not getting enough fruit and veg, we're at greater risk of cancer, heart disease, sickness, and illness. You know, much greater risk of that. Plus, we're probably shortening our lifespan by 10, 15, 20 years. Telomeres is a massive topic at the moment, and gene expression and nutrigenomics. I'm not going to get into that, but you can tie all that stuff in as well. So then what we're going to do is we're going to go straight into the prize draw. From there, because you've got their engagement, they've just said right before you do the close, they've just told you that yes, they're not getting enough fruit and vegetables. So you've exposed the problem. You're going to pour salt on that wound, all right, and then we're going to offer them a solution. Again, I know I'm moving quick and there's a lot here, but there is a checklist here for you to go back on. And I also have another video where I've gone through this and shown you specifically you'll be able to access and look back on any time as well. So then what you want to do is you want to offer the prize draw. So you can do this one of 2 ways, I guess. But the way I'm going to suggest is do it as a raffle, though. I like to do a raffle because when everyone comes on arrival, the helper will give them a raffle ticket and put the stubs in like a box, or you know, if it's something that can be a little bit funny, you know, something a bit comical that adds to the evening or the info night as well. So, and I put it in there and then say, okay, what we're going to do is we're going to give away a prize draw today. Who would like to win a prize? Hands up. Those that came along to my events, we actually used to get people screaming really, really loud, jumping on chairs, doing cartwheels and all sorts. There's even a guy that did the worm. That's pretty funny. So get that excitement, get that buzz going as well. That'll keep you in state while you go through this process as well. Who'd like to? Well, what we're going to do is we're going to give away a prize today. I'm going to suggest you give away a month Juice Plus, even if it's your own personal supply, one of each of the garden blend and also both the fruit and the veg capsules. Yeah. Okay, so what we're going to give today, we're going to give away a prize draw. We're going to give away this Juice Plus. Okay. Now, as you've all said, nobody in this room, maybe 1 or 2 of you, eat enough fruit and veg. And the problem with today, in everyday's hustle and bustle in today's busy world, we struggle to consume, even myself, 7 to 9 cups of fruit and veg a day. Remember your nutrition assessment process that you go through 101? That's exactly what you go through here. And so what we actually do is to bridge that gap is we use Juice Plus to make sure that we are getting enough micronutrients, phytonutrients. You know, we're drastically reducing our risk of cancer and illness and sicknesses, and also increasing our immune system. And there's a good chance we're going to live 10, 15, 20 years longer. We know that. We've all said this. You've all said that yourself. You know, we get to see our grandchildren grow up and walk our children down the aisle, and that's what's important. Not Juice Plus, not fruit and vegetables. What's really important is that, you know, life is short. We only have one life, and one day we're all going to die. And it's a bit morbid, but it's true. And we don't think about it every day because we don't really want to. But one day you will think about it, and you will think, "Where's my life gone?" And the only power you have is the action you can take right now. If you take action right now, you can live 10, 15, 20 years longer. It's about creating memories with your loved ones, about having the freedom to do what you want when you like. And health, without a health, we can't do anything. We can't do anything like that in our lives. So, okay. So what I do is actually just take Juice Plus, and again, take the Juice Plus there with them. Pull out your fruit and your veg, have the 2 capsules, and you pop 2 there and then with your water. Okay. Instant credibility. If you want to pass a couple of bottles around, pass them around as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to give away a month's supply of Juice Plus. Who would like a month's supply of Juice Plus for free? Hands up. And if they don't give you the feedback and excitement you want, say, that's it, let's do it again. Come on, guys, who really wants it? Hands up. Remember the Tony Robbins. I'm actually doing the actions here. That's hilarious. Hands up. Who would like to win this? Plus, you know what? I'll also throw in a free month of personal training with me personally. That's right, 1 month personal training with me, the fitness side of it, and also you get the nutritional elements with Juice Plus. Who would like this, guys? It's valued at, whatever it's valued at, $300 or whatever you make the value at. Who would like that? Then what you do is you get the box, the drawer. I'm getting excited just talking about it. Imagine the actual event. Even if it's 5 people, it works really well. If you can get 20 plus people to an event, as long as you get more than 20, you can really get a buzz though. That should be your minimum target for everybody. So what you want to do is you get your helper or get somebody up from the crowd, and then we get somebody to come up and say, hey, come and draw this. You hold on to it, they draw it, and they draw the winner there and then. Keep them up, let's for now call it the stage. Get them to come up the front to the stage, okay? Then there's 2 of you on stage. Get the winner to come up and collect the prize. Get them to stay there. There's 3 of you. Get everybody standing up the front, so you're building all this excitement on stage right up the front, getting more and more people there, okay? Invite the guest speaker up to the front as well if you like as well. So you've got 3 or 4 of you up the front. Okay. Then what you're going to do is you've got 3 live testimonials. Okay, so you've got 3 live testimonials here. Okay, what I'm going to suggest is you want to invite along a couple of raving fans that are currently customers, and you want them to come to, let's say you've got Samantha. Samantha's there, she's been using Juice Plus for a month. So I just want to hear quickly a story from Samantha. Even if it's your own trainer, get them come stage and talk about, what they like about Juice Plus, why they recommend it, and their own story. That is so powerful. If you can get 3 of those works incredibly well rather, then next thing you know, you've got 5 or 6 of you up the front. Okay, and then you've got all this credibility, all that support there for Juice Plus. Okay, now if you have trouble getting 3, at least get 1. You really want at least 1 live testimonial, even if it's your own trainer or someone. So my suggestion to you would have the goal of getting 3 customers there. All your customers should be coming to every one of your events. That's a given. They're your #1 raving fans and your testimonials. If you are using a PowerPoint, you can have some written ones up on the board as well. Then what you do is you have those testimonials, and then we use yes sets. So who here would like to live 10 or 20 years longer? Yes. Who here would like to feel more energetic and healthier and fitter? Yes. So you get 3 yes sets. Who here would say that their health is 10 out of 10? Hands up. Okay. What I'm going to do today is I've got a special offer for you. You've got them buzz, you've got them yes, you've got their hands up, you get engaged. The first 5 people now to raise your hand as you sit there listening to me, the first 5 people only to raise your hand right now, okay, will get the following. Okay, you'll get your very own Juice Plus. You'll get your monthly supply of Juice Plus. You'll get a box of 4 months for less than $2.50 a day. And what you'll also get, okay, for the first 5 people, is you'll also get, if you have a child, you'll get free Juice Plus for that child between the age of 4 and 17. Okay, now if they can't take the capsules like you can, we also have these chewables as well, the same nutritional value, and they can have those. So you get that free for a child. Okay, if there's 2 of you, your husband and wife, or you're a couple, and you both get the Juice Plus, then you get both your kids get it for free. Also, you get $110 worth of free stuff. You can choose between the Complete and the Berry Blend. John will have to correct me on that, something like that. You get the Complete. I would offer the Complete. Plus, also, for the first 5 people to raise your hand now, guys, first 5 people, that's it. As you see hands raised, congratulate them. Thanks, awesome. That's it. Keep your hand up, keep your hand up. Okay, there's only 2 spots left. Draw it out, draw it out. Also give away 2 free PT sessions with me personally. Okay, we'll sit down, have a chat about the goals we want to achieve. We'll talk about how to get there. We'll do a bit of a workout and talk about the next steps, and you get a free follow-up as well. Now, if you're only getting 2 or 3 hands at this stage, have a backup bonus, which might be something additional. Maybe a free voucher to one of your allied health professionals, something like that. You will get the 5 if you stay there. If you stand there, even if you stop talking. I can't remember which city it was earlier this year. I only got 3 hands raised. I just stopped talking and I just stood there and looking at people. And people would raise a hand. And right at the end, just because I was standing there, 2 people just raised their hand. So if you stay true to it, you might be thinking, I don't know if I'll get 5 people. If you get 5 people to your event, make it the first 2 people to raise their hand. The number is irrelevant. Brilliant strategy though. They will raise their hands. Okay, once you get the 5, what you do is you send them to the back to see your helper. This is really critical for your closing. Do not in any way, shape or form answer questions to the crowd in a sales process, ever. It is the biggest mistake that even, Tony Robbins and all those guys will tell you the same. So what you want to do is you want to avoid that. So you send them to the back and they sign up with whoever your trainer is, and you let everybody know if you have questions, I will be staying back and I'll answer your questions personally one-on-one more effectively. Okay, so then you do that and that should give you your first 5. Okay, not a problem. Then what I like to do is I also like to just let people know about the business opportunity. So what I want to say then is this, straight after that, is it okay guys if I show you a quick video on how you can actually make an extra income stream from Juice Plus? Is that okay? They're all going to say yes because they're all intrigued. Okay, then what you can do is play the 10-minute opportunity video. If you're not sure what that is, let us know, I'll show you what that is. And then you go through the same strategy. Okay, you can do a prize draw where you give away a Juice Plus franchise. It's only $137.50. You pay for the franchise, give it away, go through what they're going to win. You draw it then randomly. Maybe you can play a game, maybe you have another raffle, you can have something like that. Okay, also, what we're going to give you, you're going to get your very own Juice Plus franchise. Okay, get your own franchise where you can sell it and become a distributor. You get your very own Juice Plus website we can send people to. You get your own virtual office where you can do all your orders and run your business from. Okay, and you can do this all part-time, but just spend 2 to 3 hours a week on it. You'll also get access to the Team JP University. Okay, and in there, there's systems and strategies and resources to do everything and anything you'll ever need. Plus, you'll even get a weekly business coaching, a group coaching session with myself and my team every single week for the next 12 weeks. Also, okay, you get this, this, and this, and this, and you stack it, and you give away the prize, and then you follow the same process as above. Okay, so if you've got a testimonial, where am I? So you give away the prize, okay, you give away a franchise, it's $137.50 to get yourself a franchisee. This solidifies and guarantees you a franchisee every month from your event, and you'll get 1 or 2 from that. If you've got a live testimonial, get a live one. If you've got written ones, get written ones. Go through your 3 yes sets. Who here would like to make residual income? Who would like to make money while you sleep? Who here would like to, a couple of yes sets, get them, raise a hand. First 2 people now, only 2, if it's a small group. The first person, only 1 spot available today. First person put your hand up today will receive your very own Juice Plus franchise for just $137.50 for the whole year. You get your own business. And go through what you get. You get your website, Team JP Uni, your virtual office. You get your business coaching. Also, I tell you what, I'll even throw in a free month PT with me. Plus, it is important you become a Juice Plus customer if you're not yet already, which is just $2.50 a day. You also get it free for a child, and you get $110 worth of free stuff. All for $137.50 today. That's it. First person only. Bang. There's at least 1 franchisee for you. Again, send them to your helpers to sign them up. Okay. Wrap it up by thanking everyone for coming and invite them to stay back to talk to you one-on-one. Do not answer questions to the crowd. The first 3 people that come to you at the end of the seminar, I guarantee they will be customers. What you need to do is you need to answer that 1 question they need answered, then send them to the back. Send them to the back to speak to your helper and get them to sign up. Also remember all those 5 customers from the beginning that went to sign up as customers. Maybe the helper will have the strategy to upsell them to a franchisee if you want to be, a little bit savvy as well. Okay, so that's really important. So that's a close. It's pretty in-depth. It's pretty technical. You do have a checklist there. If you want further information, let me know. So that's the close. That's the sales. Hey, John, I'm just going to take you off mute. Are you there? Hello.
Yes.
Hello. Yeah, John. Awesome. I know that's the first time that we've been together and I've gone through the close. Is there anything that you want to add or suggestions, or what are your thoughts on that process?
No, I think the process is fine, Jason. The only thing that I'd like to add, obviously, you've talked about having helpers at the back of the room. If any of you guys have got existing franchisees, obviously it's a great idea to have those guys, even if they're not part of your PT business. They might be. We have a lot of people that are not PTs that are in the Juice Plus business, and that will happen for you guys as well. But obviously, if you're working together as a team, this is why the team events are so good, because the helpers that you have at the back of the room will also be able to engage with people at the end and answer questions. I know the Perth team, through Natalie, do this very, very well. They basically, the focus is on making sure they get the close and get all of the orders in, and then they sort out, you know, whose customers are whose at the end of the process. So that really was it, Jason, making sure that if you can, and you do have other franchisees sort of in the vicinity or using the event, that those guys are your helpers for the event.
Yep. Awesome. Thanks for that, John. Thanks very much. I'm just going to put you on mute so people can hear clearly again. So again, if you do want to have access to that, there is a checklist. It's the third post down in this Quantum group. If you don't have access to this group, let me know in the thread, and I'll add you to the group. You can. There's also in this files section I'm going to go through. There's a heap of stuff in there for PTs as well, which you'll have free access to. So it is really important, as John has said, that this is a team business. This is a team sport. If we all work together and help each other, we can grow. So who can you get involved in your business? You get your allied, with your Juice Plus event rather, you get your allied health professionals, you get your franchisees, you get all your customers. Imagine if every event you had all your franchisees, all your customers, at least one, if not two of your allied health professionals, and your personal trainers and staff there. There's probably going to be more of those people than, you know, and then they all come along and they bring people, and that's how you grow. Okay, so now that we've gone through the structure of the actual event itself, where to find the tools, and also the close, which I know it's going to take a few times to refine it. But I will say this, the most important thing about the close of your Juice Plus, it's not about selling. It really is not about selling. What it is about is genuinely caring for the people that are there, genuinely wanting to make a difference in their life. And I'm pretty firm about this, but if you don't feel that way, then you might want to think twice if Juice Plus is for you, maybe even if personal training is for you, because they don't know whether you stick to a process or not. They don't know if you do half of a process and miss things. Only you know that. So you cannot get this right or wrong, but only what works effectively. The effectiveness of your communication is determined by the response in which you receive. And all that means is that these people just want to know that you care about them. So don't get too caught up in being really technical. Just speak from the heart. They come from the heart, and if you skip certain steps, then that's fine. You'll refine them as you go. If you're incredibly genuine, you're incredibly passionate and truthful about it, and you become very technically savvy, that's when you end up doing things like Tony Robbins has done. Okay? That's the power of that. So let's talk about how we set up this event. So you've just gone through, you've decided, you've locked in a date. As you'll sit there, I want you to think about a date in the next 4 weeks, if you haven't already locked one in, to do your Juice Plus event, and I want you to set a date now. And actually, as soon as you've got that date, I want you to send the date through your team leader's Facebook thread, please, for that event. Now I'm going to show you how to set it up and begin to market it. And you're also going to remember, for those of you who've already set your events up, put it into the Google Calendar that John Pilato set up. It's really important. Remember, as team leaders, the most important part is that what you do is you ensure that your downline are going through it and doing it properly as well. Okay, so make sure all your franchisees in your team are going through and implementing these things. So we really want to get, I guess the first thing is you want to get your event locked in and on the Google Calendar ASAP. Once you've got that, what we do in the Quantum group, the Quantum Mastermind group here, in this files section, there's a whole heap of marketing, sales, whole heap of stuff for personal trainers. Okay, about the 8th or 9th one down, you'll actually see there's one here called How to Set Up a Bring a Friend Free Week. Okay, it's actually a 3-week marketing campaign that we use to set up any kind of event. Now, if you choose to stick to this 100%, I guarantee you will register at least 30 to 50 people for this next event. I guarantee. If you stick to this and you don't get 30 people to your event, I don't know, I'll give you 5 Juice Plus customers. That's how certain I am, how confident I am in this process. We've got people using this every week with great results. So once you've got the event, the first thing we want to do is we want to create an Eventbrite account. Okay, so this is Eventbrite here. Most of you have probably seen it. You just go to eventbrite.com.au. You need to set up an account that's free. Now, the reason why I want to use Eventbrite is because it's a free platform that you can promote your event for. Okay, you can promote your event for free. Also, it gives you a personalized URL link that you can email, text, send anywhere you like, send it to people. And people can register online and you capture their details. I'm not going to spend too much time on this because it's pretty self-explanatory, But you want to set up your actual event. Once you've set up your Eventbrite event, I want everybody to post it in the threads, please, in your team leader threads, so we can all get ideas from each other and support each other and make sure we're structuring this really well. It is really important that you structure the event in a way with plenty of details and make it look good as well. The main thing I want to talk about with Eventbrite, there is a problem, something I worked out earlier this year, that when you set up an event, once you set up your event, you'll see something like this. You'll see your live events. Okay, and you'll have your event in here in your live events. And let's pretend that this is my live event. Let's go to one of my events earlier this year. Okay, what you'll need to do is you'll need to click on your event once you create your event. Because when you create an event, the problem is the order form, but that's on default, you do not get people's phone numbers. So the problem is if you go and set up an event right now on Eventbrite, okay, people only need to put in their email. So you actually need to change the setting so that way people must put their phone number in, because otherwise you can't call and confirm everybody, okay, which is incredibly important. Just so you know, guys, we'll only be about 5 more minutes. We will be wrapping up in just over 5 minutes. So you need to go to your event, and on the left-hand side here, you'll see order form. You'll click on order form. Okay, and you'll scroll down. You can see this first option here. It says you have 3 options. You need to click on the second option here. Collect the information below for the ticket buyer only. Then scroll down and you'll see these are the information to collect. This is what you're including and this is required. So this is the tick boxes required. People must enter these details to register. Now you won't have the mobile phone ticked yet, so you need to tick this. Okay, make sure that's ticked so that way you're getting everyone's phone number and then save the changes. With the setup of your Eventbrite itself, I know most of you guys have already got this and they're already using this, so that's fine. Okay, once you set that up, be sure to put a link to Eventbrite into the Google Calendar as well. Okay, so then once we have that event, what we want to do is we want to set up a Facebook. We want to set up a Facebook event. And the reason why we set up a Facebook event is because the Eventbrite's great, but setting all this stuff up doesn't work. You can set up your Facebook, your Eventbrites and text and emails. That stuff doesn't work. The follow-up is what works, and we'll talk about that shortly. But what Facebook event does, let's take one of my webinars. One of my webinars tonight. Let's take one of my webinars. Okay, this on tonight. It's 7 steps to building a 6-figure PT business, which I'm sure most of you are coming along to. Plug. Shameless plug. But what you can see here is you set up your Eventbrite event, and then all you do is you create your event through your personal training fan page. Set it up through your fan page. All you do is you copy the event description from your Eventbrite, say this stuff, and then you paste it into the event. And then make sure at the top of your Facebook event, you post a link to the Eventbrite here. Okay, and people can click here and here to get those. Because what you want to do is you're going to use your Facebook event as the funnel. Okay, you're going to use the Facebook event as the funnel to funnel everyone into. Then what you do is invite all your Facebook friends to that, and as people join, you can see what I've done here is I've thanked people for coming, and I've made sure I've sent them to the register link for You'll Be the Eventbrite, not the GoToWebinar. So that way, everybody that clicks on attending, on the left-hand side here, I can click on who's attending here, and I can thank them for coming and make sure that I've posted a link to the Eventbrite to make sure that they're actually coming along. If you just set it up and hope for the best, it will not work. Okay. Now, a cool thing in the files section here of the Quantum Fitness Marketing group, in the files section, you'll see here just below how to set up your Bring a Friend free week, which is the campaign we're using, there's an invite all friends Facebook link. So instead of inviting all your friends to an event one by one, there's a link in there that allows you to do it in one go. Okay, so grab that and use that. Back to the 7 steps. So again, you've got these 7 steps here to go through in your own time. So you set up your Eventbrite account, which most of you already have. You create an event with description on Eventbrite. You create your Facebook event with a link to Eventbrite for online registration and invite all your Facebook friends. Now, if you have personal trainers working for you, partners, staff, lovers, husbands, wife, children, whoever, get them all to invite their Facebook friends as well. The reason why I've had such great success with the strategy of webinars is because I used to get everybody that in my circle to invite all their friends. okay, which we're going to talk about shortly. So then step 4, what you want to do is you want to set up your emails. You want to be sending an email each week for 3 weeks. Okay, so you need a 3-week marketing campaign, which is what we're doing here. It gives you 3 weeks to funnel everyone into an Eventbrite and lock them in. You want to create an iContact.com account. If you're using, Aweber or another one, or MailChimp or MailChimp or whatever it is, it's not too important which one you use, but you do want to be using email marketing. Okay, allows you to send bulk emails, you can do newsletter templates and all the rest of it. If you want any ideas on the text and what exactly to say in your emails, just let us know. But as soon as you set up your Facebook event, you're going to update your email database into iContact. Okay, so you're going to collect all of your email addresses you've ever come across on all your pre-access questionnaires, your client databases, ex-clients, everyone from your Gmail account or your Outlook or your Hotmail, and you're going to send them all an email inviting them to the Eventbrite link. Okay, so remember, whenever you send an email, you send them a big blast out to the Eventbrite link. Okay, that way people can now register from the email. Step 5 is you're going to download the XO SMS from iPhone or smartphone now. XO SMS allows you to send up to 500 text messages in one go from one text. It's all Bluetooth. It costs $11 for the app. But after that, if you've got unlimited free text like most people do now, then it's free to use after that. So then what you're going to do is you're going to send a text message with a link to the Eventbrite to every single person you have a phone number for. Every single person. Okay, and now people can register from their phone, from their text message. Text message is the most instant form of communication on the planet. We check our emails, our Facebook and all the rest of it, and sometimes we don't spend all day on it, but when was the last time a text message went off and you didn't look at your phone? When was the last time it didn't ring, you could hear it, but you didn't at least look at to see who it was? So then what you're going to do is you're going to repeat that for 3 weeks. Okay, so you're going to send an email each week for 3 weeks, a text message each week for 3 weeks. Let them know there's going to be prize draws, games. Okay, have a bit of a referral campaign, incentive everyone to bring somebody on the draw to win prize. Put on some nibblies and some drinks afterwards. Maybe if you've got some of the Complete and some of the other new delicious Juice Plus things coming out, you can have taste tests of those. Me personally, my thing was always with these, I love doing a champagne toast. Some people go, well, that's not in line with the health and fitness thing, but for me, it's about balance, and it was a nice novelty, and the women used to love it. So, but if you can find that thing, imagine this. Imagine what's the one thing you can do in your event that in 5 to 10 years' time, people will still talk about it and remember it. And if you come up with an answer for that, every time you do an event, you'll rock their world. The reason why Tony Robbins is the most well-known and best at what he does on the planet, no matter whether there's 5 people or 500,000 people, whatever he does, he makes sure he does it in a way that people will remember forever. No matter how big or small your event is, if you do that, those that came to my events are pretty full on, as I'm sure you'll agree, but I'm sure you'll agree they're memorable as well. So then what you want to do, this is where we get to the most important stuff. That's just the setup, okay? We're about to wrap it up, guys. That's just the setup. Once you've set up your communication platforms, Eventbrite, Facebook, email, text, that is not enough. If you set that up and hope for the best and send your blasts and invite people, you will fail. It sounds cool, and they are cool, but now what we need to do is we need to use the communication strategies to make them work. First of all, my favorite thing is to do this, is have all your attendees use the invite all link to invite their friends. Send them a group Facebook message asking them and also who they'll be bringing. So what you want to do is you want to send everybody that clicks attending on the Facebook event, send them a message, thank them for coming, thank them for registering, and also ask them a favor. Can you please invite all of your Facebook friends to this event? Okay, and then post a link to the invite all friend link that they can use, because it will only take them 30 seconds that way. Okay, tell them you're doing that as a favor. Look, if you only get 2 people invite their Facebook friends, you've just had 1,000 people invited to your event on Facebook. That is the power of that process. The most important part of the online stuff that you're going to be doing for promoting this is getting people, as many as you can, to invite all of their Facebook friends to your Facebook event and then following through to the Eventbrite. You all have personal trainers working for you, or colleagues, or a partner, or good friends, or people that you know, or clients. You've got so many people. All of you will know 10 to 20 people if you really wanted to. You get them to invite all their Facebook friends and rock the house with 50 to 100 people at your events if you really wanted to. Some of you might be thinking, well, I'm not really too confident about public speaking. I get the feeling that there's not really an issue for anyone that's in here because none of it was brought up. If you do have any issues or anything you want to talk about, talk to me personally about that, and I'll talk to you about some cool strategies to get yourself in state. Okay, so now we've gone through that. That's the 7 steps. You're going to do that over 3 weeks. Okay, now that's in the file section. Now, if you do all that, there's 2 missing elements. And these 2 missing elements that we haven't spoken about yet, these 2 things, if you do just what we've already gone through, which is all the big stuff, you might get 10 or 20. But if you do these next 2 small things that are so simple, you will get 50 to 100. Really simple. First one, what you want to do is you want to get a clipboard with a piece of paper. Okay, on that piece of paper, it's going to have name, number, and email. If you go to the files section, just write this down if you want it. You go to the floor walking competition module, the floor walking competition. You can actually print the one from up in there. And what you're going to do, the problem with Eventbrite is people have to go to the site. When people want Juice Plus, do we send them to our website to buy the Juice Plus, or do we get their details? We get the details so we can be control. When people come to you and ask about personal training, do you give them a business card and let them walk away, or do you get the details and book them in? You get the details and book them in. It's the same with this. The reason why Eventbrite people wasn't working for a lot of people, the reason why Eventbrite wasn't working for a lot of people is because they'd send people to it and hope for the best. So this is a strategy you're going to be in control. You're going to switch the power dynamics. What you're going to do is every single one-on-one session, every single group session, you're going to get your trainers to do the same. If you've got 2 trainers working for you, you need 3 clipboards. You're going to talk to all of your clients. You're going to invite them to the event. Okay, you're going to register them there and then in their one-on-one session at the end, or the group at the end. Let them know what you're doing. They're not going to say no. Come on, let's be honest. If they're going to say no, you're not selling enough, you're not excited by it enough. And you're going to write them their name and number and email onto the registration form on the clipboard. Then you're also going to ask, or tell them that they can actually bring up to 2 people. Who would you like to bring with you? If you've got to get them to whip out their phones there and then, so be it. So if you have 10 clients, you sign them, you do it yourself on the clipboard. There's 10 people, plus they each bring a friend, there's 20 names already. You go home and you register them on Eventbrite yourself. When I did the Australian tour earlier this year, I had telemarketers ringing people, booking them in themselves. The telemarketers would fill in the details on Eventbrite for them. That's how we managed to get almost 700 PTs, personal trainers. This isn't general pop. Personal trainers registered for our event, our mass event, which is pretty cool. And that's how. So that's that strategy. So once you go through a clipboard strategy, you can also do it for your business relationships. For those of you who have business relationships and allied health professionals, that'll secure 10 or 20, at least 20. Most people I know are getting 30 from that. I know it'll take a couple of minutes to go and sign them up at night, but you can do it when you sign up all your customers you're going to be getting from these new strategies that you're going to be doing. But then that's the first, but the second simple thing you're going to do, which is going to make all the difference in the world, you must do this, is the day before your Juice Plus event, you're going to ring every single person from your Eventbrite, your spreadsheet that's on there. You should have at least 30. You're going to confirm that they're coming along, thank them for registering, and ask them this. I'm just wondering who exactly you'll be bringing with you. Now, they'll say, I'm already bringing Samantha. Then you say, awesome, Samantha can bring somebody with her. Who would she like to bring? If you don't yet have Samantha's phone number, get her phone number, call her, and then get the person she wants to bring with her. So if you've got 30 people registered the day before, you'll ring everybody and ask who they're going to bring. You'll get an extra name. Only half of them say yes, there's 45 people for you. That's a minimum of 45 people for your Juice Plus event booked. Okay, then the same day you need to send everybody a text and confirm. Okay, and that's it, that's simple. Then they rock up to your event, you go through what we've already gone through and deliver the event. If you set all this stuff up and hope for the best, they won't rock up. You need to take control into your own hands. You need those clipboards, you need to ring everybody, ask who they bring with them, go to your clients excited, ask who they bring with them, get everybody that's coming along to invite their Facebook friends, get thousands of people invited, 50 to 100 locked in, 5 to 10 new customers, new franchisees, start growing a huge community. Put it all on the calendar so we can all see each other's events, we can get ideas from each other's Eventbrites, and if we have people in the area, we can send them to their events and help grow as well. I know it's a heck of a lot of information we've just gone through. Again, you have all the tools that John Pilato went through in the Team JP Uni. You have in this mastermind group here in the file section, you have the 7-step marketing process, the 3-week marketing campaign. And you also have on the actual group thread, you have the checklist for your close. If any of you guys have any questions specifically, let me know and I'm happy to go through with those again. Your goal for this next week, your mission for the next week, if you choose to accept it, is really simple, is to just set this stuff up. By this time next week, everybody would have set up their Eventbrite and Facebook events and sent the links through their team threads on Facebook, and also your event will be on the calendar. So 1, your Eventbrite event. 2, your Facebook event. 3, it will be on the Google Calendar. Can everyone please write that down, because we'll be following up, and your team leader will be following up as well. Team leaders, can you please make sure these guys get these 3 things to you? 1, Eventbrite link. 2, Facebook link. 3, the event needs to be on the Google Calendar. Before we go, I just want to thank John for coming along. John, are you there?
Yes, I am, Jason.
Yeah, awesome. I think that's the first time we've gone through that properly with that marketing process. Is there anything else that you want to suggest or add to that, or you?
No, just, I mean, as a final wrap, I know there's so much information there, but what works at events, guys, is just enthusiasm and fun. So there's obviously a lot of different elements to the close process. As Jason said, there's no real right or wrong, guys. The reality is, if you actually hit, you know, 2 or 3 of those different strategies at the close, you'll actually get a great result. So just have fun with it, guys. The business really is a fun one. I know we can get it.